Can you believe it's been 55 years since this film came out? And it was done by one of the many people that worked on various Looney Tunes and even some later Tom and Jerry shorts, Mr. Chuck Jones. Prepare yourselves, because what happens when a young boy finds a mysterious package in his bedroom and then soon pulls the tab to reveal a toll booth that leads him into a mysterious animated world with numbers and letters, or should I say words? Easy. You've got this film right here. Here's my review of The Phantom Tollbooth. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1970 live action animated fantasy flick, The Phantom Tollbooth, released by MGM, also known as The Adventures of Milo in The Phantom Tollbooth. The film is based on the 1961 children's book of the same name by Norrin Juster. Produced by Chuck Jones at MGM Animation Visual Arts, who also directed the animated sequences along with Abe Levitou, who had recently worked with him on the recent Tom and Jerry shorts from the 60s. Dave Monahan directed the live action forms of this film. The film stars Butch Patrick as Milo, along with an all-star cast of voices, including Mel Blanc, Daws Butler, Candy Candido, Hans Conried, June Foray, Patty Gilbert, Shepard Menken, Cliff Norton, Larry Thor, and Les Tremayne. This film was actually completed in 1968, just 2 years after Patrick played Eddie Munster in The Munsters and its theatrical film, Munster Go Home. The film was held up for release by MGM until late 1970 due to internal studio problems. The animation studio closed soon after the film's release, with MGM having no further involvement in the animation business until 1993 with the start of their new MGM Animation Studio. Upon release, the film was well reviewed, but its commercial performance was poor, and I have no information on how well this film did. Now then, let's get started. Milo is a bored boy who lives in a San Francisco apartment block and suffers from feelings of apathy. One day, while telling his friend over the phone that there's no rhyme or reason in his life, he is surprised by a large gift wrapped package that appears in his room. He opens it and discovers a toll booth, which is a gateway to the enchanted kingdom of wisdom in the lands beyond. As Milo uses the toll booth's toy car and pays the toll with coins, the movie moves from live action to animation, which requires some getting accustomed to. Accompanied by Talk, a watchdog, who actually has a large pocket watch in his body, Milo has a series of adventures in places like the Doldrums, Dictionopolis, the Kingdom of Words, Digitopolis, the Kingdom of Mathematics, the Mountains of Ignorance, and the Castle in the Air. Together, they must rescue the princes of sweet rhyme and pure reason who are being held captive in the castle in the air and restore order to the Kingdom of Wisdom. Now, I'm going to continue on with this. You better stop this video right now as I count down now. If you've seen this movie already, please continue. You know the rest. Okay, you've been warned because I'm giving you the rest of the plot summary, and that's all I got for you. Anyway, the main eccentric characters they meet include the Weatherman, the Humbug, the Spelling Bee, the noisy Dr. Cacophonus, a Discord, that's his name, King Azaz, the Unabridged, the Math Magician, Faintly Macabre, the Not So Wicked Witch, Chroma the Great, Officer Short Shrift, as well as demons like the census taker, the terrible trivium, the demon of insincerity, and the gelatinous giant. In all of the places he visits, he finds a new friend to guide him on his mission to rhyme and reason. After Milo defeats all the demons, the princesses are freed, and the victory of rhyme and reason is celebrated. Milo is suddenly returned home. The toll booth closes up and flies away, and Milo finds out from his friend on the phone that he's only been away for 5 minutes. He's about to about to inquire further when his friend says he has to go, as there is a giant gift box in his room. Yep, here we go again. The film ends with a song about Milo finding things to do and being happy when in the real world, and shows him smiling while playing at a playground. End of story. So, what did I think of the Phantom Tollbooth? Now, I've seen this a few times. I must say, it's a very underrated film. Well, I have no information on how much money this made, but this film unfortunately was a major disappointment. It flopped at the box office, but however, it did get good reviews though. The LA Times wrote that the film is a lively and warming enchantment with real appeal for the 7+ age group, and the pluses run up well into adulthood. Time magazine complimented the film's animation, but remarked the plot bogs the film down. More than 20 characters are thrown at the audience in 90 minutes. Children will barely be able to recognize them before they disappear forever. In conclusion, Stefan Camfer standby. Sorry about that. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Stefan Camfer concluded in his review for Time, saying that the youthful viewer and his parents should overlook the film's flaws and concentrate on the film's underlying moral. Discovery and delight do not come at the end of the trail, but along the way. The going is the goal. Now, Time Out Paris wrote that the story has too many lessons, but some very nice ideas. TV Guide rated this 3 out of 4 stars and described it as a charming film that combines some fairly sophisticated ideas with cute and likable characters that are sure to grab a child's attention. Radio Times' Tom Hutchinson rated it 4 out of 5 stars and wrote that the film has wonderful ideas, but they are likely to be a bit above the heads of very young children. However, just 10 critics reviews, Rotten Tomatoes has this at 100% fresh, which that's good. Now, Juster had no input into the adaptation as it expressed his hatred for the film in an interview. He said, "It was a film I never liked. I don't think they did a good job on it. It's been around for a long time. It was well reviewed, which also made me angry." Well, that's understandable. But after seeing this again for the first time in a while, I actually kind of like it. It's a very nice little film. With its score from Dean Elliott, it's really good. It has some really good songs in the film, including Milo's song, and these are all the songs here. Don't Say There's Nothing to Do in the Doldrums, Time is a Gift, Noise, Noise, Beautiful Noise, Word Market, Numbers Are the Only Thing That Count, and Rhyme and Reason, Rain. Which those are pretty good songs. Now, there have been possible talks about remakes, but, well, it's never happened. First, Warner Brothers, who currently owns the rights to this film, was going to talk about, but however, it went to TriStar at Sony to do it, but however, to this day, there have been no updates. Well, if they ever do one, I hope for the best. It'll turn out to be good. But I actually did like the atmosphere, both live action and animated. I mean, even though we got to see a little bit of live action, but not a whole lot, but we did get to see some good stuff and what have you. Now, for our cast, we have Butch Patrick, who I've said already, best known for playing Eddie Munster on TV's The Munsters. Now, this was just 2 years after The Munsters was filmed, and this was released 2 years after this film was produced. And of course, the following year, he would, well, now grown up a little bit, he would appear on Stan Murray Croft's Lidsville. He plays Milo, and he does an exceptionally good job. Now, of course, there are other appearances, but they're uncredited. Mike Davis voices the friend on the phone, and Chuck Jones himself plays a cable car passenger, but is an uncredited cameo. Please stand by. Now, the film actually has a pretty big voice acting cast. Mel Blanc, who's certainly no stranger to working with Chuck Jones since he's worked with voicing the various Looney Tunes characters at Warner Brothers, and also doing the vocal effects for his Tom and Jerry shorts, which he directed or produced with Abe Levitel directing them. Yes. Blank voiced various characters: the Officer Short Shrift, the Dodecahedron, the Demon of Insincerity, and many others. Daws Butler, the original voice of Yogi Bear and Huckleberry Hound and other Hanna-Barbera characters, was featured in this. He voices the Weatherman, the Terrible Trivium, the Gelatinous Giant, and the Census Taker. Very good. Candy Candido voices the Awful Dine. Hans Conried, another great voice actor. He voiced King Azaz, the Unabridged, and the Math Magician. June Foray voiced characters like Ralph, the Princess of Pure Reason, and the faintly macabre, the Not So Wicked Witch. And there's many others. Let's see. Cliff Norin, Larry Thor as Talk, Les Tremayne, who voiced the Humbug, and the Poetic Words Vendor. Cliff Norin voices Dr. Cacophonous, A Discord, and the Tollbooth speaker voice. Shepard Menken voices the Spelling Bee and Chroma the Great. And Patty Gilbert voices the Princess of Sweet Rhyme. Now there's an uncredited voice for the characters of the Lethargians, and that's done by Thurl Ravenscroft, the original voice of Tony the Tiger for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and of course, the singer behind You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the classic special itself, which of course MGM did produce for television. Anyway, this has a great cast, great characters, and I feel like this is easily one of the most underrated films. It's tough to find on streaming, but the film is currently available on physical media on from the Warner Archive. That's a good chance to get it. It's on DVD only. I'm sorry there's no Blu-ray though, but it is available. So I think if you really want to find it, check it out. If you do want to try and find it on the internet, go to the Internet Archive. That's your best chance to find the film, and I think you'll really like it. It's really good. So I would recommend you this. Sure, go ahead, give it a shot. The Phantom Tollbooth. I thought this was a pretty underrated film. It was just so good. So what did you think of the Phantom Tollbooth? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. You know the rest. And join me tomorrow when I bring to you the return of the Saturday morning TV logs after being off from last week with Tasmania. So if you like this, check out these other two things that Butch Patrick had done before the Phantom Tollbooth. Check out my review of Munster Go Home from 1966, which served as a swan song to the Munsters TV series, which I'm happy to report I recently finished watching all of it last month on Tubi. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see the Saturday morning TV log on Lidsville, which he did in 1971. Or if you like something else from Chuck Jones, check out my review of the big compilation flick, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie from 1979, and the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.